Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week. This is for mid-October 2024. You have this fleeting flare path that says something in your life will be brief, not meant to stay forever. You have this Pisces card that says boundaries. Set and honor your boundaries to avoid being taken advantage of. It seems to me like we're kind of like in a little bit of a time of boundaries where, a lot of the readings have been saying set boundaries for people. So, if you need to set any boundaries with, people, places, or things in your life, I think it's clearly a good time to do that. You also have the Eight of Cups, and, we just had an eclipse in your sign, so, it kind of makes sense to me that some of you could be eclipsing something out of your life, or, this fleeting flare path card says that something is going to be brief in your life, and it's not meant to stay forever. So I feel like some of you could be, clearly releasing something or letting go of something, and probably to find your true happiness with the Ten of Cups. I was a little bit nervous about this reading because, of all this that's going on here, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it either. So, that's what I'll say there. But, with the Eight of Cups, which is coming up in your current general energies, it looks to me like some of you could be walking away from things that no longer serve you, or you could be cutting something out of your life. The Eight of Cups is the only card in the tarot with an eclipse on it right here. And so the Eight of Cups can just say that you are walking away from something. You have the Nine of Swords as well. And, the Nine of Swords, Eight of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Three of Swords, this could be you waking up to kind of like something that you see as a waste of time, or something that just isn't bringing you fulfillment. The reason he's walking away from these Eight Cups is because they are no longer fulfilling him, or there's something missing right here, and he's going on this journey to find fulfillment. And again, you also have the Judgment card as your crossing energy. The Judgment, or the crossing energy, can be what hurts you or helps you in a Celtic cross. And I feel that this is kind of helping you in a lot of ways, because the Judgment card is about waking up to something new. This is your higher self angel, and this higher self angel is calling these people up out of their past life. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. And so it seems to me like you are being called to step into a new life, or you're being called to step into something, greater or better than whatever you've been experiencing so far. Even in the area of what's on your mind, you have the Six of Pentacles. This is kind of like your thoughts, or what you are thinking about. And the Six of Pentacles can say that you are thinking about balance, which makes a lot of sense, especially with the eclipse we just had on October 2nd in your sign, that you would be kind of more focused on creating more balance in your life, or, balancing things out in general. And I feel for a lot of you, that's what's going on with the Six of Pentacles, is that you are doing things to kind of balance out your life. I also feel that you are kind of more focused on getting something for the energy that you put into things, just in general. I kind of feel this has been a focus for you for a long time, Libra, that you've been kind of like selflessly giving to too many situations. And, again, there's nothing wrong with giving, of course, although I always say that I think spiritual people give way too much, right? And what I would say here is that I think you're more focusing on giving to things that at least return an equal amount of energy, because you can't give from an empty cup, as they say. And so a lot of you are doing that. I'm actually getting a lot here. I think that a lot of you as well are kind of like working on improving your financial situation as well with the Six of Pentacles. I don't think you want balance. I think you want, more, more better finances coming in for you, and you're looking for growth. I even get that some of you could start doing something on the side, like maybe you're, picking up a side hustle, a side gig, maybe you're like door dashing on the side or something like that. But if you're thinking about doing that, I would definitely say Six of Pentacles is a really good card for, doing something on the side or making extra money. So if you're trying to do that, that looks really good. In the area of your foundation, you have the Three of Swords. It's like, is this bad? I would say yes, kind of, no. Also, at the same time, we go like this. We have the Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. Again, I just get this feeling that some of you are kind of thinking that something is a waste of time, or you are realizing that something in your life is, kind of like a little bit of a waste of time. Is it really that big of a deal? No, but, I still think that it could hurt, whatever it is. Like I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, like whatever you're going through here, Libra. But your outcome is very positive. So like I said, I think for a lot of you, that whatever you're removing here, is probably something that is going to make you more happy in the future with that 10 of cups. The other thing about the 10 of cups and the outcome is that it can say that you are leaving something to protect your peace. We even have the 5 of swords in the area of your closest relationships. So, we're going to cover all this, but, it kind of looks like to me some of you could be ending a relationship or you already have. In the area of your past, you have this take a breath card. You also have this clear your energy card. So again, maybe that's why you're doing all this is to clear your energy, just to breathe, to be able to take some time for yourself. And I think all that would be, of course, a good thing with everything that's going on in this reading. And again, I'm not ready to say this reading is like bad just yet because, we're still going to clarify it and the outcome is positive. But again, I think that some of you could be in a time where you're just kind of clearing your energy or healing. You also, in the past, which again is the energy that you're moving past, have the Queen of Swords. So again, I actually feel this is pretty good because it would say that whatever the situation is, you have seen it clearly. It also kind of tells me that, that you... like what I'm telling you in this reading is not a surprise. Especially having the Queen of Swords in the past position. Her back is to the past and she sees everything clearly in the reading. Kind of says to me that you already know everything that I'm telling you in this reading, right? So there you go. Next, in the area of the very near future, you have this Triceratops. It says setting boundaries. So clearly, boundaries are going to be important. It says standing proud and using your sacred voice. You have this salmon card. It says sagacity, new ideas, and divination. So a lot of you maybe have new ideas or new directions that you want to move towards. Also, if you are, for those of you, like if this is a breakup, like, I kind of feel this is saying, what boundaries did you learn to set in this breakup situation so that in the future, when you do go looking for new love, you can set those boundaries up front so that they're not, crossed. I also feel that it is a very intuitive time, the end of the year here. So the salmon card says divination on it, and I would just trust all the signs and symbols and synchronicities that you're seeing around you because they could be trying to guide you. You have the 5 of Pentacles. Like, weirdly enough, I have the word support popping into my head on the 5 of Pentacles. Like, I feel like you need support, but I feel like you need to... Let me start over, Libra. I feel like you are trying to support something financially. So like, let's say you want to start a business. It's like maybe you need money to do that, and that could be why you are maybe thinking about doing something on the side so you can make money to support whatever you're trying to do. So, I don't know if that makes sense to any of you, but that's kind of how the 5 of Pentacles is popping into my head. It's like saying that you need financial support, literally, and you could be doing things to get that financial support so that you can, grow your business or your career, or it's like, maybe you're thinking about going back to school or something. And, I feel like this is saying do it. I also like have the word doubt popping into my head as well, especially if you're thinking about going back to school. It's like maybe you're doubting if it's worth it or whatever. And I feel like this card is saying, no, it is worth it. It's maybe not going to be easy for you to, be able to get the finances, but I also feel like if you do it, you'll do it. I think it's one of those things where it's saying, if you, put the work in, you will find a way to be able to make it happen. 5 of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. 5 of Pentacles wants you to focus on your strengths, and so I feel a lot of you need to do that with the 5 of Pentacles. I also have another very weird reading. I have to say, Libra, I have another weird message popping into my head. Like, I feel like some of you could be, or maybe you have received a lot of criticism over the past few years, or like people acting weird around you, or people rejecting you, but it's a very specific way that it's popping into my head. It's like sometimes I think when people are really good at something, it's like it naturally brings out the haters, but it's almost like you are taking it as a criticism, but really the people are just haters. It's just that. So, if you are finding that like in work, you have a lot of haters, or, in business or with things that you say, it's almost like people, maybe a better way to put this is to say that people have been trying to dim your light. Again, I think when you shine bright, people will act weird towards you because like you make them look bad, right? And I feel like this is saying you need to embrace that strength. You need to, you need to kind of like let things out. It's almost like one of the being, it's like, like, have you ever had one of those kids where, like in your class when you were in school, that would talk too much and everybody would be like, oh my God, you talk too much, right? But, maybe that was that kid's superpower. And because people said you talk too much, the kid learned to, clam up and didn't speak up anymore. And, it's almost like that. It's like something has happened to you where, people say like, you do this, you do that, or they call you out or whatever. And it's made you kind of like go into your shell. And I feel like this Five of Pentacles is saying like, no, that thing makes you special. You need to let it out. Next, in the area of your outcome row here, you have this Awaken card. You could be waking up to this because you have the Judgment card. And you also have this Commit card. Yeah, I feel there is definitely something about commitment at this time for everyone, where we really can't just dip our toes in the water. We have to make the full commitment. So again, if you're like trying to go back to school, I think you just need to just make it happen. Just do it, no matter no matter how hard it seems. And I think that when you prove to the universe that you want something, the universe will move out of the way. And I feel this is all about you kind of getting the universe to move out of your way. Over the next few months, you have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare. It is kind of like a round-around situation. With the Nine of Swords, we can choose to be the bug or the windshield, right? There's a person right here hitting another person in this carving on the bed with a sword. And, this carving kind of says, like, you can be the one getting hit by the sword or you can be the one that's doing the hitting. And the Nine of Swords says you need to, like, face your problems head on. And if you do that, you will be successful. In the area of your closest relationships, you have the Five of Swords. I've said this to you before. I think that there is a certain level of maturity that's happening for you, Libra. And again, you might be kind of walking away from friends. I don't think you're doing this like, it's not like you're telling people, I'm walking away from you. I think this is more, you are just choosing to spend less time with people who are not maturing at the same level that you are, or you are maybe, choosing to not spend any time at all with certain people. I definitely feel some of you have been through a breakup. The other thing that's popping into my head here as well, Libra, is that if you could have gone through a breakup like 3 years ago, and, it could be one of those things that you're still thinking about. And so a lot of you could be healing that. I think with all the boundaries cards that are showing up, it's kind of saying, maybe it's time for you to open up with this reading, because we have the Judgment card, which in the Five of Pentacles, those two cards together were really saying to me, it's time for you to like leave your shell or come out of your shell. And so maybe it's time for you actually to look for love, or, maybe not even love. It could just be relationships in general. And I feel this is saying like, it's time for you to find the right people. And that's kind of the energy I get with the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords to me can represent a separation, but it can also represent taking a risk. I always say the fives have the easiest solutions out of all the cards. And so the solution with the Five of Swords is to put yourself out there, or take some sort of risk, or try to be the winner. And so a lot of you could be doing that. The other thing is again, if you have a skill or something that people have tried to, kind of like dim your light, the Five of Swords can say that, it's lonely at the top, basically. It's like, yeah, people aren't going to like it, but you are going to be shining bright if you kind of like let your skills out. You have in the area of your future feelings, you have the High Priestess. Pretty good, because the High Priestess says that you're very intuitive at this time. It would also represent trusting your intuition more. The High Priestess also is sitting in a neutral position on the card. She doesn't look at things as good or bad. She looks at things as, lessons or things she can learn from. And so she is in a neutral position, which is good for Libra, because your card, the Justice card, is all about being neutral, looking at things as not good or bad, but kind of looking to bring the balance to all situations. And again, the High Priestess isn't the same, but she is very similar, I would say. So, a lot of you seem to be doing that. Your outcome, of course, is the Ten of Cups, which is great. Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty. Now that I think about it, you get this card all the time with me. I'm pretty sure in your the last quarter of the year readings I just did, you had the Ten of Cups. I think in your October reading, you had the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups is about choosing happiness and choosing to do things that make you happy and not make everybody else happy. And I kind of feel that is the secret to this reading, is the Ten of Cups, that you have to do things that make you happy, and naturally that will attract people who also are maybe made happy by whatever it is that you're doing in your life. So let's see. With the Ten of Cups and the Judgment card, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is about taking the lead. And he needs a change, and I definitely feel this reading is saying that you need a change. I think the Nine of Swords is Groundhog's Day. I kind of feel that maybe this full moon that we're going to have on October 17th in Aries, your opposite sign, could be maybe triggering something about Groundhog's Day in your life. And the funny thing is, as well, as again, this has kind of been like a collective message at this time, and I kind of think that it is that moon that is causing this Groundhog's Day type of feeling. That moon is like conjunct Chiron as well, which is also in Aries, and Chiron is the wounded healer. And what I would say is that maybe, I guess I could twist the astrology to say that it could be that people are realizing the things that they're repeating, the things that they need to heal in their life, and the things that they need to work on or change. And so I think a lot of you need a change. And the Two of Wands would be about taking the lead on the change. With the Six of Pentacles, you cannot make this up. You have the Hermit. The Hermit normally has the star in his lantern, and I always say that he needs to shine that star out all over the place. He needs to shine his inner light. He has earned the right. He has climbed to the top of the mountain. He's been through a dark night of the soul, so he has earned the right to shine bright. But and I think that this reading is kind of saying that for you, Libra. Like, you have earned the right to shine bright, but you need to do it. You need to not clam up and kind of let your skills show. With the Three of Swords, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is about being very busy. It's like work hard, play hard. So I think that, balance is going to be key for you at the end of the year. Not even just the rest of this month. I would say for the rest of the year, balancing your energy, balancing your efforts, not burning yourself out. All that is going to be important. And the Three of Swords can represent healing or needing to heal yourself. Those swords are in your own heart. So we have to forgive situations with the Three of Swords so that we can, heal our heart or heal our inner voice or, whatever it is. With the the Queen of Swords, you have the Chariot. The Chariot is about charging forward in a direction. The Chariot is also about setting yourself apart. Normally, there is a city behind the chariot driver, and he is leaving the city behind him. And, the whole entire reading really does say that you are kind of setting yourself apart, or that you are, making you're embracing your own unique self. And I think that would be an amazing thing for you to do here. That's it. With the Five of Pentacles, you can't make this up. You have the Star. There we go. So Hermit to the Star. There's clearly something inside of you that is trying to shine bright. There's clearly something inside of you that makes you special. And, the Star is about kind of like letting that out. The Star is about having a North Star. The other funny thing about the Star that kind of matches up well with the reading is that the Star is about believing that something is possible. Normally, the lady on the Star is pouring water onto the land, and the water comes from the pool of universal consciousness, and so that water is pouring out onto the earth, and what it represents is that what's possible for one person is possible for everyone. So, like I was saying, if you want to do something like go to college with that Five of Pentacles, where there's a will, there's a way. The Chariot says that. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is mastering a craft. I'm wondering if you have mastered your life in or a certain aspect of your life. So maybe things have been very difficult for you, but the Eight of Pentacles is getting a result. Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. The other way that I would read this is that you're worried about money, but actually your money is going to be pretty good. So, this could say that you're concerned about it, and with the Nine of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles would say that, there's really nothing for you to be concerned about. With the Five of Swords, you have the Six of Pentacles. This is smaller investments. It's like saying, move slower with people in your life. It says invest a little bit and see if they return the favor, and take your time in investing in all relationships. I'm not even just talking about love here. I'm talking about every relationship that you encounter moving forward. The Six of Pentacles would say starting slower will probably lead to better results. And also, if you start slower, then you're not over investing in connections, and then you won't get burnt, right? If a connection turns out to not be great. And like I said, this is for all connections. With the High Priestess, you have two cards. You have the Five of Cups, 555, which is a major change number. You have 3 5s now. And the Seven of Pentacles wouldn't be a Libra reading without that Seven of Pentacles. So, is the juice worth the squeeze? But the Five of Cups is about a turnaround. It's about needing to release what hasn't worked and needing to turn around and be grateful for the 2 cups behind you. And then you get the bridge and the castle. So there's definitely a change going on in this reading. or there's like a turnaround coming in for you, and I feel like you need to embrace it because it's going to lead to the Ten of Cups. With the Ten of Cups, we have the High Priestess. Yes, trust your intuition. I think your intuition is guiding you towards your happiness. The funny thing is that even though the High Priestess is not the Justice card, I still feel that the High Priestess is almost talking about justice energy for whatever reason. I feel like the High Priestess is saying that you getting back to your nature, that neutral perspective is going to be helpful. You have this bear. It says danger, especially in money matters. Yeah, I would keep an eye on your finances, but I actually feel like maybe this is what you're feeling. Like money isn't great, but I do feel a lot of you could be doing things, like I said, side hustles, side businesses, side jobs, whatever, could be improving your finances. You have this club. It says someone will try to make you do something against your will. I would be very careful of people in general right now. I think that Mars retrograde years are always pretty weird. And so we have Mars going retrograde at the end of the year, and we're getting closer and closer and closer to that Mars retrograde in Leo. And, right now Mars is in Cancer. So I would say, if anyone is like trying to force you to do things, I would avoid that person. You have this heart. It says love, deep affection, and caring. I feel like you need to love yourself here, Libra, and like really nurture yourself, especially with that Three of Swords coming up. You have this elephant card. It says a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. You've been on a long journey for sure. Queen of Swords, Chariot, but I feel like you are going to be wiser in the end. You have this chair empty. It says someone is leaving your life. I actually feel like someone could be entering your life. So for those of you that want love, there could be like a new person. I feel like someone has already left if someone is leaving. And, like I said, I feel if you want love or new connection, let's see if this works. I feel there could be a new person coming in. But this looks pretty weird, interesting. I'm not, it's weird. Let's leave it at that. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.